From the cold theaters of the world, this is Circuit Breaker. Brought to you by the entertainment site awardcircuit.com. An in-depth chat on film, television, and all the award shows that need predicting. Here's your host, Clayton Davis.
Hello, readers, and welcome to Circuit Breaker, brought to you by the entertainment website awardcircuit.com. I'm your editor-chief and owner, Clayton Davis. Here today on March 29th, 2020. Time of recording is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is episode 181, day 181 of quarantine, hour 181,181 of quarantine. Don't worry, we're happy today. Here today with Joey.
Except for that just giving me anxiety right this second. But yes, hello, how are you?
Karen M. Peterson.
I'm doing great. I don't know what everyone else is complaining about.
And Maximus Decimus Meridius Johnson.
Yeah. This does feel like Karen's kind of thing where everyone has to stay 6 feet away from her at all times.
Yeah,
this is what Karen asked for forever. She's like, I just wanted you guys to stay the hell away from me. And she finally got her wish. So
this is a Twilight Zone episode. She didn't specify her deal with the devil, and now she's screwed.
Listen, this proves it. Like, Karen's the root of everything that goes wrong here. She asked for it, and we got it, and now that's where we are.
It's just so funny. It's like, I really appreciate all my friends that have been checking on me, but I live alone on purpose.
Yeah,
and this
is heaven.
Great.
This is heaven.
So when you guys listen to the podcast and you tweeted us, make sure you hashtag thanks, Karen.
Yeah, thank you, Karen.
Yeah, let's get thanks, Karen.
You're the best,
Keep that
Karen.
meme going.
Yeah. Circuit Breaker is brought to you by the Circuit Breaker Media Network. We've had plenty of fun stuff happening in this offshoot time, such as Circuit Breaker The Extras, which we're going to be doing right after this episode, recording today. So the Extras episode will already be up with Virgil Williams, Academy Award nominated screenwriter of Mudbound. I was joined last week with the Academy Award nominated producer of The Fighter, Todd Lieberman. Thank you everyone for coming on these things with us, as you know, you get to engage with some readers, and you also get some cool little nuggets, like some exclusives. Todd Lieberman just dropped some stuff out in the middle of his episode, which was cool because it hadn't been known. So such as we're getting a Wonder spinoff that is in development, because Wonder, the film that he produced with Jacob Tremblay, Julia Roberts, and Owen Wilson, almost got a nomination for adapted screenplay that year. It's a book series, and they're doing the next one in the series coming out, and it's called Whitebird.
I think that's awesome.
And it takes place during the Holocaust, so it's going to be heavy.
A happy movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be very appropriate for this time in our lives. Todd Lieberman's also producing the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids next movie called Shrunk, which has Josh Gad and Rick Moranis.
Yay!
Do you remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, or are you too old for that, Mark, by the time the thing came around?
Stop it. Of course I remember that. That's too young that's too old for you to know.
Why?
What are you talking about? What were you, like 4?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is like 1990?
88 maybe?
No.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
I was in junior high, I think, when I saw that.
1989.
1989.
Yeah.
I was 5.
Damn it. Split the difference.
I was 5. I also saw Dead Poet Society that same year. Thank you very much.
You saw Dead Poet Society when you were 5?
Yes, that's my whole story. I was 5.
I knew it was your favorite movie. I didn't know you were 5.
I was 5. The movie that made me want to be an actor. It lasted, as you see. Yeah. But yeah, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is coming back. With Rick. Rick's coming out of retirement.
So glad for him.
Yeah.
Open number 2 at the box office. Mark, what do you think beat it that week? It was June of 1989.
June of 1989 and beat it at the box office.
Yep.
I'm going to say June. That's what throws me off. Little Mermaid.
No.
Batman?
The opening weekend of Batman. You're right. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids
Karen.
open against Batman.
I couldn't remember if Batman came out in the summer or the fall, so I just took a guess.
Yeah.
And to make this even better, it was the 4th week of Dead Poet Society. So Clayton would have seen it before Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. If he was there early on.
I don't think I saw it like right at opening weekend. I'm pretty sure I saw it at some other point. But my mom because my mom brought it home on video. So I didn't see Dead Poets Society in the movie theater. I saw it on video. So I don't know if it was a bootleg or it was a regular, but I saw it later that year. So I remember it being like colder. So it had to be close to Christmas.
Just in case the statute hasn't expired, it was not a bootleg.
I mean, listen, it was the Bronx in 1989. It very much could have been a bootleg.
It probably was, yes.
Yeah.
I was babysitting when I saw that movie for the first time. The kids had gone to bed, and the family I was watching, like, they had tons of videos, so I was like, oh, I never saw this one, I'm gonna watch it. And the parents got home, and I was like sobbing. And they're all, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine.
They thought you found their other movies, and you're like, no, it's a real one. It's just good.
Our lives. All right. Got a question here. Well, might as well ask it or read it. Guillermo Anaya. Hello, Guillermo. Hey, guys. Good coverage during this troubling times. Thank you, Guillermo. Question for the next podcast. When and if theaters open again, how do you think many movies opening later this year will affect the Oscar race? Will it be harder to stand out or gain momentum? As we continue, I don't know how this year is going to shake out. It depends. It really depends on when this all ends. Because if we're in... I said to Mark right before we started recording, I said, hey, are you getting nervous with Telluride? And he was like, no, I think we should be done by then, But,
famous last words.
But literally, and I think we will be too. I don't know if we're going through this still, like, in this heavy type of way in August. But if, like, July 1st, which would be my birthday, if this ended, which would be a good day, it would be it would depend on how everything shuffled, because some may just be like, let's just try this next year, and like it depends. Yeah, it just depends. I think Oscar wise to me stay a lot of the same, but because all the quote unquote important movies open later in the year anyway, so it'd just be about shifting like some of those money makers so they could have big tentpole campaigns, because a lot of times what happens is, when Avengers Endgame makes $1 gajillion, it funds, in a way, other things throughout their, like, repertoire. So I think we could feel the ramifications of this for, like, a year or two. Depends on how everything shakes out.
I think if they do not change the rules, like, even if it's a temporary change like the Globes did, then this is a year where we're going to have a big budget film win Best Picture. Like... Yeah, well, I think because those are the only ones that are going to end up getting enough time to get attention. Well,
I think they already agreed on a 1 year rule change on accepting VOD releases. I think that already
the Oscars did.
Yeah, I think it was. I think Scott.
That was the Globes.
No, I think
Feinberg said they're talking about it.
Yeah,
I don't think they did it yet, and he mentioned a lot of things that I guess are either on the table or he was trying to put in their ear, and they could be a lot more extreme is the wrong word, but the eligibility period may not be January 1st to December 31st. It may funnel into February or March, and they might have the Oscars in April or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I say if they don't change the rules, I think this year's going to be a year where something big budget wins. But if they do change the rules, then who knows what could happen? Something very, very small and independent could end up having the chance to break through because people are watching it at home when they normally would miss it.
Yeah. They also extended their deadline for new member suggestions. That's till April 3rd now. So I think if enough people, continue to throw it out there, then
there's also a lot of things they don't want to be like. There's a balance between making sure people have an escapist thing to do when they're stuck at home and seeming frivolous. So I don't think they want to have too many announcements in the middle if this is still bad. I don't think like next week, not they're going to, that they're going to announce new membership. That's not a news story that's going to be a positive for them. Like, we'll cover it like we always do, but there'll be a lot of people going like, really, right now? And that's the concern.
Kind of like David Geffen taking his quarantine boat picture.
Yeah.
Listen, he was like, everyone's having a hard time, so am I. Look, I'm stuck here.
Look, poor me, I'm quarantined in the Caribbean.
That was rough, man. That was
the best part was he was pleased at the beginning. He was like, everyone's going to like this. It's going to be a nice, sweet post. I'm part of the solution.
Yeah, whatever. So Mark, as someone who lived through one of the, first pandemics of the Oscars back in the 20s.
I thought you were about to say the Spanish flu. Jesus.
So, yeah, how would this, do you think almost like one industry affects another? So like you are someone who is like into the Oscars, but also heavily into baseball. So if you don't have a baseball season, an Oscar season's all shortened and stubby and has 150 movies that qualify instead of the regular 300. And, you're at Telluride barely. Like, do you feel like this has an overall impact?
Overall impact to what?
I don't know. I don't know. Like both to both worlds. You like though.
To the murder suicide pact that we probably have at that point.
I mean, absolutely, it has an impact. Yeah. We already had our fantasy baseball draft, and I'm in a dynasty league, so you keep the same players and just add each year. And yeah, it's awful waiting for it. And there's been film festivals canceled, so yeah, it's taken a toll, I think. And if Telluride were to, if we were to reach that point, like I mentioned before the podcast, if it reached the point where Telluride was canceled, that means probably the baseball season was canceled as well, because that's not till Labor Day. So. Mm-hmm. Ugh, I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah. Especially considering some of the rules that they agreed on. Like, not that it is important at all, but for example, players will get service time for this year. So if you have a player who's a free agent next year, they could be gone. Like if you sign someone to a 1-year deal, they may never have played for your team.
Yeah, like the Mookie Betts trade is the big one that comes to mind. Is they just traded 2 big prospects for him, and they may never even get anything from
that's been all over the news here in LA this week. They've been talking about that, and a bunch of Dodger fans are upset.
Yeah, like...
Okay, because imagine if he then left. Let's say he goes and he signs with the Yankees, the Mets, the Cubs, whatever. He goes and he signs a giant contract. He's going to be the most despised player in baseball. Because he just up and left and didn't even give a team, an inning.
I mean, it's not his fault.
Yeah, but is it ever anyone's fault when they leave? And think about it. Think about the venom that comes their way.
The Dodgers have the money to offer him a big contract.
Right. That's true. But they don't tend to do that. They tend to have a lot of spread out things.
I mean, listen. I mean, there are a lot of crises that can happen. You remember when Dan Marino got kidnapped right before the Super Bowl? And Snowflake? Like, they didn't know what to do. And then here comes this guy who, complete outsider, comes and solves the case. It's crazy.
I love that documentary.
Yeah, it's a good documentary. Everyone should watch it. It's called Ace Ventura. It's a very French film. Ryan has Cinephile Showdowns for us, and it is in light of Alan French's top 10s from 2019 to 2018. So we're choosing our preference. Hello, Alan French out there, wherever you may be. Actually, he's in Florida. So there you go. We know where you are. Parasite or Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
Parasite.
Yeah, Parasite.
I pick Parasite.
Parasite by a smidge. Yeah. I love Spider-Man.
Like, those are 2 really good number ones.
Yeah, those are great number ones. I think Alan wins on number 1 films of 2 years. The Irishman or If Beale Street Could Talk? Oh, God, Beale Street.
Irishman.
Yeah, Irishman for me.
Ugh. Come on.
I'm gonna go Beale Street.
Good woman.
It's only because you said ugh.
Portrait of a Lady on Fire or 8th Grade?
Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
8th Grade, I think. I don't know. They're pretty close.
I guess 8th grade.
I think I'm going 8th grade. 1917 or Black Klansman? 1917 by
Black Klansman.
By a lot.
1917.
Ooh, 1917, yeah.
Little Women or Hereditary? Hereditary.
Oh, God.
Neither.
Hereditary by a mile.
Uh-huh.
None of the above. Move on.
Yeah, Little Women if I have to, but
You guys don't like Hereditary?
No, I don't.
Where have you been for the last year and a half?
I don't remember.
I like Hereditary a lot.
That was my number 2 that year.
Yeah.
We know.
It's a very unmarked number 2, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a very unmarked film.
That's the outlier.
Yeah.
I mean, Hostiles was the number 2 the year before that.
That seems Mark. It's
That's
a Western.
Okay.
Come
on. You know I love the Western.
Come on. We just had to talk about this the last episode.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Fair enough.
A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood or First Man? Beautiful Day in the Goddamn Neighborhood by
You are out of your mind.
Let's
go. For
go.
Sakes. I can't even. I'm leaving the podcast.
First Man by a little bit, but they're both phenomenal.
Ugh.
First Man by the distance from here to the moon.
Oh, God. Hope they crash when they land there. And Karen, you were with me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The Lighthouse or Black Panther? Black Panther.
Black Panther by millions of miles.
Yeah, Black Panther.
The Farewell or The Favorite? Oh my God, actually. Ooh.
Damn.
The Farewell. Oh, yeah, I think.
The Favorite.
I'm going with The Favorite, but that's tough.
Yeah. That was a cool matchup. Us or Burning? Us.
Us.
Burning's good.
Burning.
Us.
Mark?
Us.
Oh. Waves or Free Solo? Waves.
Wave.
Yeah,
but on the big screen, Free Solo. Like
On the IMAX
in
screen,
IMAX Free Solo for sure.
Oh my gosh.
just for the life of it. My God. When Disney Plus first came out, and it was right after I got my new TV upstairs, I literally watched Free Solo probably first because I was like, I just want to see this on 4K and just like experience it.
Nice.
Good stuff. Cool. I have some cool 90s type of questions and stuff because we got into the Western genre last week and gave Mark his time to shine. And he was so happy. He's the happiest we've ever seen him, Karen. He should have been there for it. So I wanted to talk about some classic 90s movies. And it's going to be really like, it sounds way more simple than I'm making it sound, but I just want to know if you think it's good or not in retrospect. Like, really, like, we're not gonna have a deep dive analysis of each and every movie, but like in retrospect, like, was it a good movie or not, or does it still hold up and stuff like that? That's really what I want to come down to. I think it's going to be fun because a lot of these people are also revisiting these movies for the first time, and then I also have. I didn't say this at the top of the episode. We also have ACCA Best of the Decade that I have to announce at the end of this episode. This is also a good lead-in to retrospect and how that tends to happen.
Nice.
So, are you ready? This is where we're going to find generation differences between Mark and us. My God, it is going to be. He's like, I was in high school and I was getting drunk and I was, trying to beg Holly to go out with me.
Like, are we doing all of the 90s or a specific part of the 90s?
Every 90s movie. It's going to be a 17-hour podcast.
Yeah. No, I have some, I have a lot of them based into genres and stuff like that. So here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Kicking it off. I know this is where Mark dies. 10 things I hate about you. Good, good or not good? Does it hold up?
Good.
Oh,
it's not good. It's fantastic. Are you kidding?
It's on my to-do list.
Oh, you've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
It's in my top 5 Shakespeare movies.
It's so well done.
Yeah. It's good. I think it's solid. I don't think it's great, but I think it's good. It's solid.
It oozes chemistry between everybody in that movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah. They're so great.
Home Alone.
Not a good movie.
Oh, it's a classic.
It is damn delightful.
It's delightful, but oh my God, if you guys please make time to watch the Screen Rant pitch meeting of Home Alone, and it is hilarious because listen, the breakdown of the movie, when you think about it, is just, it's utter nonsense, but it's still fun. It's brainless fun. Groundhog Day. I think Groundhog Day is fantastic. I argue I argue it's probably one of my favorite comedies of all time.
It's it's really genius. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Actually, I'd argue it's Bill Murray's best performance.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Top
even think
5.
that's an argument.
Yeah. And I can literally pinpoint the scene for you. It's when he's sitting in the diner and she asks, what do you know about me? And then he goes through that whole thing, like, you look like an angel in the snow and all that. And like literally my heart breaks into pieces. He is so great in it. So is Andy McDowell too, but yeah.
Yep.
Mark?
Oh God. It's fine. It's fine.
It's a bad.
It's been a while since I've revisited it.
Oh my God.
You don't watch it every year on February 2nd?
No, I probably haven't seen it in a good decade.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. No, I seriously do watch it every year.
I watch it a few times a year, I think.
He can watch it with his kids, right? There's nothing particularly wrong with it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Actually, Sophia,
you should watch it with them.
They've seen Alien. They're good.
Oh, yeah.
And they've seen Jaws as well.
Mark,
they can handle Groundhog.
Mark, Groundhog Day is a BAFTA winner for Best Original Screenplay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You should really watch it now for research.
Yeah. Mrs. Doubtfire.
I have a very different relationship with that movie, so go on. I'll get to it in a minute.
I would say it's a very well done movie. It does not hold up to today. Mm-hmm. But if you watch it in the context of when it came out, it's still a really good story about family and divorce and surviving that time and parents doing whatever they need to for their kids. But it's problematic as hell now. Yes.
Well, yeah. That's for sure.
I still think it's pretty great. I think it holds up. I get like the sensitivity aspects to it, but I think it still holds up. Sophia loves Mrs. Doubtfire.
It only holds up as a Robin Williams exercise. The movie itself was fine. Now is rougher to watch because of that. And I just have a weird relationship with anything that has Mara Wilson in it because she lived with my ex when I was dating my ex. So like it's just weird to watch like somebody you essentially sort of live with in a movie. Just a strange feeling.
Mark?
I love it. We're good.
Dumb and Dumber.
Terrible movie.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
awful.
What? It's a terrible movie, and I love the crap out of it.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I never liked it even in the 90s.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, what's that? What does that mean when the right side of your body goes numb? Like, oh my God.
Stroke.
Oh, like I think that's what I'm feeling right now. Oh my God.
No, that movie is hilarious, and I love it, but it's also not good. It's really. I mean, it lives up to its name. It's dumb.
I hated it as a child. I love it as an adult now, which is so weird. That was
It
was so reverse engineered on me. I thought it was
if I watched. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I just thought it was nonsense, and then now I think it's brilliant. It's so brilliant.
And see, that's the opposite for me. I think if I watched it for the first time now, I would turn it off in the opening scene. I'd be like, "This is stupid." But because I watched it and loved it back when I was in high school or college or whatever, and I saw it a million times with my friends, and we used to quote it and laugh at it all the time. Like now, it's part of it for me is the nostalgia factor.
Oh, hello, my love. My favorite scene in that movie is when he sees Jeff Daniels on a date and he starts gagging. Like, it's literally one of my favorite scenes ever. Like, I fucking cry every time.
So I went to college in Ogden, Utah, and they filmed a couple of the scenes from the movie there, and like everyone would constantly, "Oh, have you been to the 7-Eleven on 12th Street? That's the 7-Eleven."
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Big gulps, huh?"
Aw. I'm so mad at Joey and Mark right now. All right. Go to a different genre. And it was on, I caught it the other day. Dragon, the Bruce Lee story.
Meh.
Yeah, I don't remember liking it in the 90s.
I was watching it the other day and totally said to myself, if this was today, this would be probably number 1 or 2 in my Oscar predictions in so many categories. And I would have Lauren Holly, like, winning supporting actress probably because it just, formula stuff, Bruce Lee story, yada, yada. And it also has a repurposed score that you hear in every 90s trailer all throughout the movie. If you guys ever, like, watch it, like, go to YouTube and just put in like Dragon the Bruce Lee story ending, and then it uses that music every 10 seconds in the movie. It's very much overused, but it's kind of good still.
I never saw it.
Aw. It was like when I was younger, I thought it was like going to be like one of my favorite movies ever. I don't know why I thought it was going to be like so dope and awesome. 7.
Amazing.
Hell yeah.
So
7's good. 7's overrated though.
it's a really good movie that I just can't watch anymore.
Yeah, I think it's first of all, can I just say I think Brad Pitt is not very good in it. I think he's one of the weaker parts of it. Like his end acting in that movie.
What's in the box, man?
No, like it's not even so much what's in the box. It was just like his poop face that he was making a lot. Like it was really hard to stomach, and it still is a little.
I kind of like that he's an off-putting sort of bro-y jerk. Like it fits for the character.
Yeah.
You don't. It's not supposed to really love him. So like, Fincher and Andrew Kevin Walker are pretty cold.
Yeah.
So I think they like the comeuppance more than like you're supposed to be paying for the loss.
Yeah.
I think they liked that he was so large in that scene.
Yeah. Donnie Brasco.
Not good.
Oh,
That's
really?
the Johnny Depp one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Al Pacino.
Al Pacino.
I actually don't like it either.
Dang.
I saw it once. I think I liked it, but I've never watched it again.
Yeah, that's the hard part with a game like this is I haven't seen many of these since the 90s, so it's hard to know if it lives up.
But you never wanted to go back. Maybe that says something.
No, but
Yeah.
I did like Donnie Brasco a lot when he came out. Like that was the Forget About It or whatever's the I like that one.
Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, I love Edward Scissorhands. Are you kidding?
Johnny Depp's best performance.
I never liked it.
Yeah, I'm indifferent to it.
I remember seeing that movie and wondering when Anthony Michael Hall got hot.
No, really?
Well, Mark also had
Karen.
that. If it helps.
No, it's nasty.
What?
No, he's not.
He definitely grew up. Yes.
First of all, blonde Winona Ryder always worse than every other Winona Ryder. Winona Ryder's always brunette to me in my love of her. So that's the only thing that's wrong with the movie. Other than that. It's Johnny Depp's best performance and Danny Elfman's best score ever.
I'm just trying to make a joke involving Karen and kids in the hall to make like a sex joke about Anthony Michael Hall. I'm working on it. Almost there.
You've Got Mail. Not good.
No.
The weakest of the Hanks Ryan movies.
How many are there? Like 2? Only 2?
No, there's
Three.
Joe versus the Volcano too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
So You've Got Mail is not a good movie, but it's also one that I like it because of the time in my life when I first saw it. So, yeah. I enjoy it, but it's not a good movie.
I mean, Tom Hanks being charming goes a long way for me in everything. Like, I love Turner and Hooch, but I will acknowledge it's not a good movie. This is similar, just not, it's not quotable and memorable in the same way.
Hold the fuck on. Did you say Turner and Hooch is not a good movie?
Turner and Hooch is one of my favorite movies, but if you look at it as a film, it's not a good movie.
It's not a good movie.
It's not particularly well made.
Come on.
Get out of here.
It's hilarious and
outta
quotable,
here.
but the actual filmmaking is rough.
Oh,
No pun intended.
no. Guys are monsters. Total Recall.
No.
Total Recall is good.
It's campy.
It's campy as fuck.
but it was campy at the time too. So like it works still, I think.
I like Paul Verhoeven.
And can't be holding up too. Like it's on TV all the time right now. So like it's on a lot. But it's good.
I did watch it recently.
It makes no goddamn sense though. By the end, like
Never did.
it doesn't make sense. But it's a really hot Rachel Ticotin. She is amazingly beautiful. Like I don't know where she is today, but I'm ready.
I don't know. It's lesser Paul Verhoeven to me, and I like him. It's just not what I wanted out of it.
Loved it in the 90s, haven't seen it since.
No. Speed.
Oh, yeah.
Speed is great.
I love that movie.
Speed, I'd argue maybe behind The Matrix, maybe the best action movie of the 90s.
It's fine.
I like it.
It's up there, for sure.
But I will say, physics-wise, makes no goddamn sense. Like, at all. At all.
Oh, that too.
Oh, my God. Bus crossing, like, a big gap in the highway. The Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock escaping the bus from the hatch that had wheels all of a sudden. It's pretty bananas. The train crashing with Keanu and Sandra in it, them surviving it, and then obviously the elevator, like everything about it in the physics world is pretty crazy. Side note, the other day Dennis Hopper is going to be gone 10 years this year.
Wow.
Which is nuts. Con Air.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Yeah, Con Air is
That
not.
movie is terrible.
It's a no from the moment it was released till forever.
I bet
Jesus
you
Christ.
Mark wishes it was made by Michael Bay so he could hate it even more.
Yeah.
That is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Is that not a Michael Bay movie? I thought that was a Michael Bay.
No,
I know, I did too.
I knew he thought it was. It's Simon West.
Yeah, I did.
It's the Jerry Bruckheimer like thing, and I think that's what you
yeah.
associate
right.
closely with
Because
Michael Bay.
you think of it with like The Rock, which is Michael Bay.
Yeah.
Which I hate
The Rock is
too.
amazing. Get the hell
The
out
Rock
of here.
sucks. Get out of here.
the hell
I
out of
will-
here. The
I
Rock
will
is
fist
great.
fight you.
The Rock is great, Mark. Mark, come on.
The Rock's not bad.
No.
The Rock is so funny and so good. Actually, that's like, besides Leaving Las
It's
Vegas,
absolutely terrible.
besides Leaving Las Vegas, probably my favorite Nicolas Cage.
Well, you're both terrible.
I don't
now.
have a
My
favorite
God.
Nicolas Cage.
Stop it.
Well, that's the problem. It was Michael Bay and Nicolas Cage. It was never going to work. But no, Con Air is bad, but kind of fun.
Yeah. Heat.
Oh, fuck yeah. One of my
Absolutely
all-time
overrated.
favorites.
Heat's
really great,
Heat's
yeah.
good. Heat's good, but I think this is the thing. I think Heat gets overpraised on one extended, very excellent made gunfight sequence.
That scene is
What?
amazing.
There's like 12. Every gunfight sequence is great.
You know the one. I think.
Yeah.
Like,
are we talking about the ending? Like toward the end?
like yeah, the big one. Like so.
Yeah,
so
okay.
this is where. I'm gonna quote Nathaniel Rogers again on something he had said a long time ago. Not that I agreed with it, but the logic of it makes sense. When everyone was really praising Tom Hanks and Captain Phillips, he was pretty vocal out there saying it was a good performance, but he thinks that everyone was giving him a lot of praise on one key scene, which was the final scene at the end. So I think Heat, a lot of that is built into a great final like chunk, but it's good everything up until that point, you know? So that's just kind of where I fall.
I don't care for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it did nothing for me. I sat there watching like, this is what everyone loves?
Another Nicolas Cage one, Face Off.
Hated it.
Hate it.
Oh, Face Off's good.
I liked
It's
that, but
fun.
again,
It's
it's
fun.
not good.
Physics
But I
wise,
liked
no
it.
sense, but still fine. I'm telling you, the laws of physics lose in the 90s. Demolition Man.
Even worse.
Oh, Demolition Man's fun. Taco Bell survived the plagues. It's great.
I mean, it survived our plague too, so there we go. It's an
So
essential
here's where I
business now.
confess that I never actually watched it.
Oh, it's like one of my hottest Sandra Bullocks.
I'm seeing a pattern here with some of these movies that are not great that you love.
Yeah. No, listen, Sandra Bullock has done bad movies. I can always acknowledge them, but
No, I'm just noticing some of these movies maybe that you wouldn't have loved, except
90s Sandra Bullock is my Sandra Bullock. Like, you know, everyone has their decade, like whoever they love in their life. So, like, 90s Sandra Bullock is the Sandra Bullock that I want to marry. Like, Tom Cruise, Karen Peterson's is probably like late 80s.
She'll take
Every
whatever
decade,
decade.
I want to marry him.
No, but if you had to pick the Tom Cruise to marry,
It's gotta be 80s.
Be late
right?
80s.
No,
Yeah.
I would pick 90s.
she'll
No
take the
kidding.
2030s if you offered it.
wait. So what do you want? You want a few
Rain
good?
Man,
You want
Tom
a few?
Cruise, come on.
You want a few good men, Tom Cruise, or you
A
want?
Few Good Men, Jerry Maguire.
Okay.
Yeah, Mission
Magnolia.
Impossible.
She,
Tom
wa-
Cruise.
she
okay.
wants
Yeah.
to be the older. She wants to be the older woman.
Okay, got it. Free Willy.
Meh, it's
No,
fine.
it's not good.
I didn't like it when it came out.
Yeah, I thought it was
Same.
pretty stupid at the time, and I tried watching it with Sophia, and then she got like 5 minutes in. She was like, "I don't really like this," and it's really kind of boring. And I always wanted the whale to fall on top of the kid when he jumps over.
It's
pretty
some
awful.
of it's
Perfect.
okay. I hate when the movie has like such a clear cut like unnecessary villain. Like you didn't need the like we might kill the whale. Like it could have just been a movie about like a troubled kid and like he likes the whale. Like, it's fine. It's insane that they got like 6 movies out of that concept.
Yeah. Well, they really got 1 because the other didn't really go to theaters. But
no,
sure.
the 2 and 3 were big theatrical releases. It didn't go to video. It didn't go to video until like 4.
Yeah. Another campy one, Tremors.
Oh, I love
Tremors.
Tremors is fun.
I think there's something to the fact
Mark,
that I love Tremors, and I would say I think there's something to the fact that like the campier ones that were intentionally campy in the 90s, I think hold up because you know what you're watching, right? Like Total Recall and Tremors. I think same concept where you know this was made to be silly and fun, and it still is because of that.
Okay.
If you want to know about the woman who raised me, my mom is Reba McEntire in Tremors.
Really?
Oh my gosh! Yes.
That couple is my favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Especially at the end when they kill the one that breaks into their basement. They're like, broke into the wrong goddamn basement, didn't you? I love that. They got the elephant gun and all that.
Oh yeah, the elephant gun.
Oh god, amazing.
Yeah. That's what made Karen a real Republican was Tremors.
Yeah.
that's what pushed her right over to the edge. Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah,
it's everything. It's good and
I'm a
bad,
fan.
and it's everything. It defies description, sort of.
I love Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Everybody is in a different movie in that movie.
Yes.
Especially Keanu Reeves.
Especially Keanu Reeves. That is the oddest casting ever.
I'd argue Keanu Reeves, like early, like 90s Keanu Reeves, especially besides Speed, like he was always in a different movie than everyone else. Like, and most shown in Dracula and Much Ado About Nothing. It is jarring.
Well, they were trying to turn him into an actor.
Yeah.
Instead of a movie star. And if they would have just let him be a movie star, he could have just done a lot of great stuff like Speed.
That's a really good, that's very well said, Karen, because it's almost like they wanted, like what Joaquin Phoenix is now is probably what they were trying to make Keanu Reeves. They were like, we want you to be the next great actor. And he was like, all right, I'll do this. And like, art thou rare? And then she didn't know what to say, and then
Hark, everyone! Hark! It just it doesn't. Yeah. It's not his speed. No pun intended.
Yeah. Another campy one: The People Under the Stairs.
I wish I liked it more.
No,
I don't know if I ever saw that.
I liked it at the time in concept. I don't like it now.
The tone. When I saw it, the tone was not what I was expecting, and it threw me off so much at the time. It's good-ish. It's just such an outlier in what I expected that I think my expectations were off, and it impacted what I was watching. So I know there are people who utterly love it.
Okay. The Craft.
No, thank you.
Craft is great.
I enjoyed it in the 90s. I did not watch it again.
It is probably one of the hottest 4 girl groups I've ever
So my theory
loved.
is proving truer and truer as this goes on.
I mean, listen, at the time, like first of all, that is my Nev Campbell also. Like I was in love with Nev Campbell at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Scream Nev
Party
Campbell.
of Five?
The Craft. Yeah. I didn't really like Party of Five, the
Wild
show.
Things.
Wild Things,
I
Nev
loved
Campbell.
Party of course, you like
Oh
Wild
my God. Wild Things was my everything.
Listen, I don't know that there's a teenage boy in the world.
I wasn't even a
that didn't
teenager.
Like
I should have.
okay?
There's no way I should have been watching Wild Things, and I fucking love Wild Things.
Denise Richards was like like there's been like 5 revelations in the history of cinema like what she was in that movie.
I was 11 when it came out, and it was meant for 11-year-olds. That's really the only people who should have watched it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
there's a couple scenes.
Listen, till this day, this is how much Wild Things has affected me. That I didn't even think Matt Dillon was the best part of Crash, and I knew he deserved the Oscar nomination because of Wild Things. It was that long. 20 years later, I was like, nope.
Dude, Wild Things was fun, at least.
Give that shit to him. Like, give him something he deserves. Because I wanted to be Matt, and I could never figure it out.
That's a very different answer.
I could never figure it out how I could become Matt Dillon.
The first time I saw Wild Things, it was on television.
Oh,
so when I saw an unedited version, I was like, wait, what is happening? What?
It's a totally different movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, that's awesome. You know what? I gotta ask, because I know you probably have an end to this list, but we have to mention. I want to know everybody's thoughts on The Lion in the Darkness.
The Ghost in the Darkness, you mean?
Or The Ghost in the Darkness.
Yeah, it's about lions, you doofus.
Yeah, sorry. The Ghost in the Darkness. My bad.
I hated it so much at the time. I've never revisited, though, because I think it might be good to me now. But I hated it at the time because I had no idea what it was about when I thought it was about something else when I saw it. And then when it turned out to be about lions, I was like, what the hell is this? And then that was it. But I think I was too young to appreciate it.
I loved it when I first saw it, but I have not watched it again since.
Yeah, me neither.
I've only seen it subsequently, and it was fair.
What's your quintessential Val Kilmer?
Real genius.
The Doors.
Top Gun.
We go on different routes.
Why do you even ask, Eric? I mean, Mark,
And actually,
Right.
Mark, what's your favorite Val Kilmer?
Oh, you know what? I would have a hard time between The Doors, because I was a huge Doors fan in my teens.
Really? Doesn't hold up, man.
I'd be between The Doors and Tombstone, because I mean Tombstone's so great.
It's always Tombstone. Always
it's hard not
Tombstone.
to say.
Val Kilmer is very good in The Doors, but The Doors movie is terrible.
Yeah.
Doors, yeah.
See, I loved it, because and again, I was 15 when it came out, and the music, and he was so great.
No, for me, it's real genius. That's like an iconic comedic
Yeah, that's great.
performance.
That's a great one.
You know what? Last campy movie that we'll talk about, and then we'll go to ACCA. I am also a huge fan of Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight.
Oh God.
It's
my God.
so fun. A fun Jada Pinkett, a fun William Sadler, a great Billy Zane again, because Billy Zane, villain 90s, is hard to escape because he's the villain of the 90s.
Everywhere.
Until he tried to become a hero in Phantom. The Phantom.
I mean, he was in Tombstone as well, wasn't he? One of the actors.
Yeah.
Everyone was in Tombstone.
I got one more for you
Good.
though. Falling Down.
Oh, it's great.
I love it.
Arguably
Loved it
Michael
so
Douglas's
much.
best work.
I think it is his
Yeah.
best. I think that or Wall Street.
Yeah, I hated it when it came out, but when I got older and started to like really live life, I was just like, oh, this movie's actually genius.
See, I went through
I get
waves.
it now.
I liked it a lot the first time, and then I think it got even better. And then recently, I struggle with it now because it just seems like it's not the type of person we like in life anymore. So like it's become a little too real, like the aggro male who, oh, the world is against me and I'm going to take it out. I'm like, yeah, we know you voted for Trump.
Yeah.
But when you first become an adult and you're just angry at the world for like being inconveniencing you, it's perfect. It's then when you realize like, no, this person's bad.
So at the time, there are two things he does in that movie that like have hit home. One at the time that I saw it, and then one that hit me like later in life. At the time, it was the look of the burger. Because I was like, yeah, man, why does the burgers look like crap when I get it and they look great in a picture? So that at the time, that was my 9-year-old self like identifying. When I got older, it was the first time I ever went to LA and was in a traffic jam. And I was like, this is why he got out of the car.
Yep. I thought of that the first time.
Because LA traffic is different than any traffic I've ever been in, and I'm from New York.
Yep.
And like,
it's always special when you have someone else thinking something and you know that it was the exact same thought in your head. So like the way they depicted the traffic there, or even for me, randomly you tweeted something during the week about like the 3 like insane things you've seen in your life, and one of them was that a kid
video?
told their parent to shut up and they didn't immediately die.
yeah.
And I was like, oh, we were raised the exact same way, because if I was 10 and I said that, my life would just end.
Yeah.
Just you wouldn't even know what happened. You just wake up in the hospital. Like, what happened?
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. ACCA Best of the Decade. Now announcing the winners. So the nominees are the winners from 2010 to 2019. That was chosen by the readers. And then now you choose who the winners are. I only announced the runners up and the winners. So here we go. Starting with makeup and hairstyling. Nominees from the decade include it's going to be out of order, so get ready. I'm gonna do it in random order because it's just too much to go through. Deadpool, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, Black Panther, Lincoln, Black Swan, Bombshell, Mad Max Fury Road, Darkest Hour, Guardians of the Galaxy, and American Hustle. Any predicted winners? One.
Mad
Guardians of the
Max.
Galaxy.
You said Mad Max, Joey. What'd you say, Karen?
I said
Guardians
Mad
of the
Max.
Galaxy.
Oh, you said Guardians of the Galaxy. Got it. The best makeup of the decade, voted by the readers, is Mad Max Fury Road. Runner-up, Bombshell.
I think the recent ones are going to have a boost also.
Recency bias.
Exactly.
Costume design of the decade. Nominees are Jackie, Black Swan, American Hustle, Anna Karenina, The Artist, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Phantom Thread, Black Panther, Little Women, Carol.
Carol.
This group, it's probably Phantom Thread or Carol. It's one of those two.
Yeah.
Should be Jackie.
Should be Phantom Thread.
Costume design of the decade, voted by the readership, is The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
That's the
Runner-up,
one it should have been.
Phantom Thread.
Oh, came close.
Good choices.
Cinematography. Oh, this is great because it got a whole bunch of Lubeskis
Which one
and
is
Deakins.
Roger Deakins winning for?
Yeah. The nominees are Tree of Life, Lubeski, La La Land, Linus Sandgren, Inception, Wally Pfister, Gravity, Lubeski, Life of Pi, Claudio Miranda, Blade Runner 2049, Roger Deakins, 1917, Roger Deakins, Revenant, Lubeski, Roma, Guarong, Birdman, Lubeski.
It's going to be Gravity or 1917.
I think it's Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, Blade Runner seems right.
Should be
Watch out
Gravity.
Watch out for Inception.
Cinematography of the decade is 1917, Roger Deakins.
Wow.
I think that's correct. Runner-up, Blade Runner 2049, Roger Deakins.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm okay with this being a Roger Deakins fan account.
Production design, Mad Max Fury Road, The Favorite, Parasite, Blade Runner 2049, Inception, Her, La La Land, Hugo, Les Miserables, The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Grand Budapest.
I'll say Parasite.
I think they're going. Was Blade Runner one of the nominees?
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
Oh, yes, yes, I'm sorry, yes. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think they won. Oh, well, I guess it didn't win then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at two lists. Yeah.
You may want to
That's
switch
what
to
I-
Mad
I don't have the winner
Max.
list up, so I'm not reading out of the winner
Oh, okay.
column. So,
Yeah, I actually think it's either Blade Runner or Mad Max.
Okay.
Parasite or Mad Max.
All right. Winner is Grand Budapest Hotel.
Nice.
Runner up, Mad Max Fury Road.
All right.
Film editing of the decade: Argo, A Star Is Born, Gravity, Drive, La La Land, Dunkirk, Inception, Parasite, Whiplash, Mad Max Fury Road.
This group
Whiplash or
probably
Mad Max?
Dunkirk.
Wow.
What did you say, Karen?
Dunkirk.
I'll go Inception.
Should be Drive.
Film editing of the decade is a tie.
Oh, no. So we have to break the tie. Come on. No ties.
No, I stupid rules. I don't have something in the bylaws that undoes this.
You need to create something in the
I
bylaws.
know. I'm definitely gonna do it this year now. The winners are Mad Max Fury Road and Parasite.
I vote Parasite. Let's break the tie, Mark.
Runner up,
For
Whiplash.
editing, I vote for Whiplash.
Yeah. Let's just make the question winner. That works.
Visual effects of the decade: Avengers, Infinity War,
Ooh.
Life of Pi, The Jungle Book, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, Ad Astra, Gravity, Inception, Blade Runner 2049, Mad Max Fury Road, Interstellar.
Should be Interstellar. It's going to be Gravity.
Gravity.
Winner visual effects of the decade is Gravity. Runner up, Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, seems right.
Right winner, wrong runner up. I probably would have won Jungle Book on decade.
Yeah, I might have as well.
Sound of the decade: Mad Max Fury Road, 1917, Dunkirk, Whiplash, Inception, Super 8, Les Miserables, Black Panther, La La Land, Gravity.
I'll go with First Man.
Write-in vote for First Man?
No, I'll say another Chazelle film, though. I'll go Whiplash.
I want it to be Whiplash or La La Land. I think it'll be Dunkirk.
Yeah, I think Dunkirk.
Sound of the decade is Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, well,
Runner-up, 1917.
wrong war movie. That's the problem with having two of the same movie, essentially.
Score of the decade. Ooh, it's big.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just did this yesterday.
I know. The Artist, Beasts of the Southern Wild,
Oh, I love it.
Gravity, First Man,
God.
Dunkirk, La La Land, The Social Network,
Oh,
1917, Interstellar, The Hateful Eight.
Social Network.
Can I just say,
I
readers as a decade, those are fantastic winners. Like,
Yeah.
There's
fantastic
Some of them are
winners.
fine.
there's one missing, but
There's
it's
a couple missing.
Yeah,
But that's
I mean, I don't hear Beale Street, but yes, I get it.
Yeah, there's a couple missing. There's one missing, but I'm going to pick the one they chose over it to be the ultimate winner, which is Social Network. I think Inception's missing, but that's all right.
All right, any other guesses?
Nah, Social Network.
Rooting for La La Land.
I think they went with La La Land.
Oh God,
because
please!
They can't tell the difference between
Yeah.
Hey, that is a great
songs and original
score.
scores.
What are you talking about?
Score of the decade, made only for Mark. La La Land, Justin Hurwitz.
Wow. Awesome.
Runner-up, Social Network.
Oh, good.
Those are the two best, so I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Out of that group, I probably would have voted. La La Land's actually a really great winner of that
is.
group.
It's so
I might have
good.
voted for Gravity.
I might have said either First Man or Social Network. I can't remember what I ranked higher.
Social Network is the most iconic of the group to
Yeah.
me, just because it's.
Maybe.
I can think of that score
Yeah.
quickest.
Yeah. Song of the
Best
decade.
score of the decade wasn't nominated.
What is that, Karen? I'm curious.
Hostiles.
Oh, so good.
Nice. Max Victor, man. Song of the decade. Skyfall from Skyfall. Always
Yes.
Remember Us This Way from Stars Born. Let It Go from Frozen. Mystery of Love from Call Me By Your Name. Glasgow from Wild Rose. Life's a Happy Song from The Muppets. We Belong Together from Toy Story 3. Glory from Selma. See You Again from Furious 7. City of Stars from La La Land.
Should be Always Remember Us This Way, but it
The,
won't be. I don't know what it's going to be, though. So I'll just predict it, knowing I'm wrong.
the correct answer is Skyfall.
It's probably what's going to happen.
Call Me By Your Name song.
That's the internet answer. I like that answer.
Good
I
call,
like that
Karen.
answer a lot. Original song of the decade, Skyfall from Skyfall.
Oh.
Runner up, and this probably is the correct answer. Let It Go from Frozen.
I mean,
Yeah.
those two are both
Yeah.
very good.
I was wondering if there'd be a Let It Go backlash at this point.
Yeah.
I think Skyfall is definitely the best James Bond theme
s-
song since the 80s, but
Yeah.
Maybe ever.
Yeah.
No, you know what? It's in the top 5, but I will say the Casino Royale song is really good. The Chris
I
Cornell
love
song.
the Chris Cornell song. I know that gets shit on on Twitter the other day.
No, it's a
but
great
man,
song. It's just
it's a
not
great
a
one.
not a Bond song in the same way.
Yeah. Stunt ensemble of the decade. Baby Driver. Avengers Infinity War. The Dark Knight Rises. Captain America the Winter Soldier. Hacksaw Ridge. Lone Survivor. Mad Max Fury Road. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Inception. John Wick Chapter 3. Parabellum.
if they did not vote for Tom Cruise climbing the Burj Khalifa, which he actually did, then this is invalid, and I don't care who won.
I was about to say it's between Go to Call.
Go to Call?
Mad Max.
Good call. Good call.
what they call it.
That's a cool shrinking of the name.
Yeah.
That's why they shrink it. They shrink
Yeah.
it to Go to Call.
Good.
I'll go with it because it should win. I don't think it's going to, but it should win.
I like Mad Max here.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in the building that stunt was performed on, and it defies logic that anyone would be on the outside of it.
All right. Stunt of the decade winner is Mad Max Fury Road.
Of course it is, because you guys are suck.
Well, the question is the runner-up Mission Impossible or John Wick? That's the
Runner-up
question.
is Inception.
Oh, sure. Why not?
I mean, listen, the turning room is pretty baller, but
Almost.
yeah, listen.
I'm judging all of you and
hold
not
I
quietly.
never do this, but I have to do this for Karen. Mission Impossible was number 3. if that makes you feel better. All right, I don't like going that far deep, but yes, it was number 3.
It makes me feel
okay.
10%
I only
better.
do that for you. Foreign language film of the decade. Beautiful from Mexico, A Fantastic Woman from Chile, Parasite from South Korea, Roma from Mexico, A Separation from Iran, Amor from Austria, Elle from France, Son of Saul from Hungary, 2 Days, One Night from Belgium. Pretty good list.
I think recency.
Parasite, Outside Chance of a
Parasite.
Separation.
Yeah, I think the recency of Parasite and how much love there was for it, and the fact that it won
And it's
Best
a damn
Picture.
good movie.
And it's great. Yeah, it's my.
It also happens to be the best.
It'd be my number 1 of those 10.
And
So
it's
Parasite.
one of 2 Best Picture winners of ACCA of the decade that was foreign.
Oh, okay.
So
There you go.
yeah, and it makes sense what I'm looking at right now. Winner is Parasite, and the runner-up is Roma, and those 2 won Best Picture. So logically, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Documentary of the decade. Ooh. Project Nim, City of Ghosts, Won't You Be My Neighbor, Apollo 11, Amy, The Act of Killing, 13th, Exit Through the Gift Shop, Life Itself, Searching for Sugar Man. I just need to say, I know I haven't looked yet. I know it's going to win. It's not going to win. My documentary of the decade is Searching for Sugar Man. So love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
It's either Life Itself or Won't You Be My Neighbor, which probably tells me something, considering I believe they're both made by the same person. I think I just like Morgan Neville.
Yep.
I think it's Exit Through the Gift Shop.
I was thinking Exit Through the Gift Shop or 13.
Oh, okay.
Exit Through the Gift Shop's a good upset pick.
Yeah. Winner, documentary of the decade, Won't You Be My Neighbor. Runner-up, Apollo 11.
Gross.
Recency bias, but still.
Animated feature of the decade. This is going to be good. The Lego Movie, Zootopia, Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, Toy Story 4, Toy Story 3, Rango, Inside Out, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Coco. That is
Spider-Verse.
That is hard.
Toy Story 3.
Yeah,
It's
those are
pretty
the 2
great.
I was between.
That's a great line.
Like I think the least of that is Rango, and I like Rango
by
just
miles,
fine.
it's Rango. Rango's
And
one of
Rango's
the
still
worst.
solid.
Rango's the worst animated feature winner, I think.
I mean, the options were limited, but still.
Yeah, it was a bad
many
year.
things, yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Mark?
Yeah, I was between the 2 Joey mentioned as well, and I think I want to go Toy Story 3, but I think the fact that Spider-Man's a little more recent, I'll go that one.
Yeah. Although, I don't know. Toy Story 3 really has legs.
I hope so.
Yeah. I
I'm
wonder
rooting
if it
for Toy Story
loses, if the amount of votes, Clayton will never tell us, but if Toy Story 3 comes in second, if you added the Toy Story 4 votes, does it overtake Spider-Verse? Curious.
Probably.
All right.
We'll never know.
Winner is animated feature of the decade, Toy Story 3.
Yay!
We don't need to know.
Runner-up, Inside Out.
Oh, wow. That's surprising.
Cast ensemble
Sorry.
of the decade, Moonlight, 12 Years a Slave, Lady Bird, The Help, The Fighter, Les Miserables, Parasite, The Favorite, Spotlight, Birdman.
I'll say Spotlight, just because.
I
Same.
think Spotlight or The Favorite.
I'll say Moonlight.
That's a good answer. Ensemble of the decade, Parasite.
Oh.
Wow.
I had a feeling that it was a possibility.
Runner-up, The Favorite.
Cool.
Hey.
Supporting actor of the decade. Here we go. Philip Seymour Hoffman, The Master.
Yes.
Christian Bale, The
Stop.
Fighter. Just stop
Stop.
reading? Yeah.
Just that.
Well, if it was a supporting performance, then yes, but yes.
Eat it.
Christian Bale, The Fighter. Sam Rockwell, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Brad Pitt, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Sylvester Stallone, Creed. Sam Elliott, A Star is Born. Jared Leto, Dallas Buyers Club. Christopher Plummer, Beginners. J.K. Simmons, Whiplash. Mahershala Ali, Moonlight.
I'll say Whiplash just for the upset pick, even though I think you're right. But yeah.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some love for that, and also Mahershala. I could see winning this, but I got to go Hoffman.
Yeah, it's either Hoffman or Simmons.
Yep.
Supporting actor of the decade, J.K. Simmons, Whiplash.
Oh, wow.
Runner-up, Mahershala Ali, Moonlight.
Yeah.
Huh.
I had a feeling Ali would get votes.
You guys were wrong and loud about it.
How low down on the list? Oh, you don't tell us.
I don't tell you.
I forgot.
As long as Sam Elliott wasn't last.
I only tell you when you have a love connection to one of the nominees in the light of Karen's love connection
Mark,
to something.
Tell him about the time you fell in love with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Supporting actress of the decade. Viola Davis, Fences. Rachel Weisz, The Favorite. Lupita Nyong'o, 12 Years a Slave. Anne Hathaway, Les Miserables. Alicia Vikander, Ex Machina. Allison Janney, I, Tonya. Haley Steinfeld, True Grit. Melissa McCarthy, Bridesmaids. Patricia Arquette, Boyhood. Florence Pugh, Little Women.
It won't be, but it should be Melissa McCarthy.
It's Lupita.
Yep. I think it's Lupita.
Winner is Lupita Nyong'o, 12 Years a Slave. Hell, goddamn yeah. Runner up, Viola Davis, Fences.
Yeah, those were my top two when I ranked the winners for Oscar winners of the decade for supporting actress.
Mm-hmm. She's incredible in that.
Yeah.
Lead actor of the decade. Nominees are Mark gets ready.
He sat up straight.
Yeah, he sure did.
I got excited. Let's go.
I'm standing up.
Yeah. Adam Driver, Marriage Story.
Oh.
Timothy Chalamet, Call Me by Your Name. Michael Fassbender, Shame. Colin Firth, The King's Speech. Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant. Leonardo DiCaprio, The Wolf of Wall Street. Daniel Day-Lewis, Lincoln. Casey Affleck, Manchester by the Sea. Michael Keaton, Birdman. Bradley Cooper, A Star is Born.
So what was 2012? Because I didn't hear Joaquin Phoenix.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Lincoln.
It was Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it's right, but I'm going to say Fassbender Shame just because I think it's my favorite of the
By the way, Joaquin Phoenix, The Master, is my favorite lead for my decade.
That's me. That's mine as well. Joaquin is my number one.
Casey Affleck and then Joaquin Phoenix and Michael Fassbender, my top three.
And I have three of those in my top four, but Phoenix was my number one. Of that list, I think Casey Affleck would be my number one. He's my number two of the decade.
I think he's actually my personal number one. I don't trust them to vote for him. Reasons. So I'll say Fassbender.
Yeah, I don't think they will either.
Leo and Wolf of Wall Street.
Be totally.
If I had to bet what they went with, I'm going to say Daniel Day-Lewis and Lincoln.
Yeah, I wonder if DiCaprio, if he loses Wolf, just because there's some Revenant votes keeping it.
All right. Lead actor performance of the decade. Awardcircuit.com. Leonardo DiCaprio, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes!
Wow.
When I say that, they win. I got to keep saying that.
Runner up.
That is surprising.
The runner up is Daniel Day-Lewis, Lincoln.
Kind of want to watch The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah. Lead actress.
I just watched it again recently. I love that movie.
Lead actress of the decade. Rosamund Pike, Gone Girl. Kate Blanchett, Blue Jasmine. Lupita Nyong'o, Us. Brie Larson, Room. Natalie Portman, Black Swan. Natalie Portman, Jackie. Jennifer Lawrence, Silver Linings Playbook. Viola Davis, The Help. Olivia Colman, The Favorite. Wait. Hold on, wait. I think I missed Frances McDormand, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. I don't think I said it.
Still one of the Portmans.
Yeah.
I think they're going with either Lupita in Us or... Yeah, I think it's Lupita.
My personal pick of the decade was Kate Blanchett and Blue Jasmine, so I'll roll the dice on that one.
Lead actress of the decade, awardcircuit.com. Winner is Natalie Portman, Black Swan.
That was my number two.
Number 2, runner-up, Olivia Colman, The Favorite.
Oh.
Nice.
Adapted screenplay of the decade. 12 Years a Slave, Little Women, Moneyball, Lincoln, If Beale Street Could Talk, Steve Jobs, The Social Network, Arrival, Gone Girl, Call Me by Your Name.
Social Network.
Yeah.
No one's even arguing. Adapted screenplay of the decade is Aaron Sorkin, The Social Network. Runner up, great one, Arrival.
Oh, I love it.
That's good.
Good call.
Original screenplay of the decade. Get Out, The Favorite, Manchester by the Sea, Spotlight, Inception, Birdman, Django Unchained, Midnight in Paris, Her, Parasite.
Her.
Ooh, I was going to say Get Out until you said Her. I'm going to say Get Out anyway, but rooting for Spotlight, I think.
I think The Favorite.
Original screenplay of the decade, Parasite.
Oh, okay.
Runner up, Her.
They came so close.
Yeah, good choices.
Director of the decade.
Bong Joon-ho. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah. Bong Joon-ho, Parasite. George Miller, Mad Max Fury Road. David Fincher, The Social Network. Yorgos Lanthimos, The Favorite. Alfonso Cuarón, Gravity. Damien Chazelle, La La Land. Guillermo del Toro, The Shape of Water. Richard Linklater, Boyhood. Nicholas Winding Refn, Drive. Ben Affleck, Argo.
Really good lineup.
Honestly, this group, it's between Bong, Fincher,
and Miller.
And
Miller.
And Linklater for the achievement of that film. That's who I'm going to predict.
He actually might be my pick.
I'll say Fincher just because, but I do think Bong's probably winning.
Yeah, I think Bong's winning, but I'm gonna say Linklater just for something different.
Yeah. Director of the decade. Runner up first. I want to say this first. Runner up, not the winner. David Fincher, The Social Network.
Yeah.
Winner, director of the decade. Bong Joon-ho, Parasite.
Yeah, he is.
And best picture of the decade. Nominees are.
I guess I think we can probably go.
The nominees are.
We should probably wait 3 years or something.
Yeah. Mad Max Fury Road, La La Land, The Social Network, Parasite, Call Me By Your Name, Birdman, Gravity, Roma, The Artist, Les Miserables.
If it's not Parasite, it's The Social Network.
I'm gonna say Parasite, but the right answer, of course, is La La Land.
Oh God,
that's a good answer. I wouldn't be upset.
Eat it.
Jesus Christ.
I think the right answer for me is Social Network, though. Even though
I can't argue that. It's my number 5.
Parasite.
Of that group, my answer I think is Gravity or Roma.
I think it's Social Network, Parasite. Yeah, those top 2 to me.
Yeah. All right. For picture, I think I gave 3 last time, so I think I'll do it again this time.
First runner-up.
First run-up, third in the rankings here. Third greatest film of the decade, according to the readers. Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, this could go exactly as I thought it would.
Runner-up, not the winner. Second best film of the decade. The Social Network. Mm-hmm. And the best film of the decade, as by awardcircuit.com readers. 850,000 of you characters. Bong Joon-ho's Parasite.
Nailed it, guys.
Well done.
Meh.
Yep.
I mean, it's a great movie.
Parasite, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Recency bias definitely came into play, but it's also deserving.
Well, that's the thing. It's hard to know in this case if it's...
Yeah, it won 6 and it won 7 for the year. The only thing it lost that it won last time was production design.
Yeah, I'd love to redo this at the end of this year when people are thinking about other things, just to see. Yeah. I think it'll be similar.
Or even a few years from now. Did you do this for the last decade too?
We did it for the 2000s.
Did Hurt Locker win?
No.
What was the winner for the 2000s?
Well, we didn't do it in 2011. So.
Yeah, we didn't do it right after though, because remember we go back in time.
Okay. So maybe something to revisit.
So yeah, if we did this in 10 years,
yeah,
it might be fun to revisit the decade later in time.
I still think it would probably win.
I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see the backlash coming for this one.
Oh no, I don't either. But I don't know that it. I think there's some recency bias in what we saw.
I mean, even in this conversation, there's recency bias.
So,
it's hard to know what we're still going to be talking about 10 years from now.
For the 2000s, Daniel Day-Lewis was actor of the decade for There Will Be Blood.
Hell yeah, he was.
Charlize Theron was actress for Monster.
Okay.
Adapted screenplay was Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Animated film of the decade was WALL-E. Ensemble of the decade was Inglourious Bastards. Cinematography of the decade was Children of Men. Direction of the decade, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Film editing of the decade was Memento. Foreign language film of the decade was Pan's Labyrinth. Score of the decade was Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
Original screenplay of the decade, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Really good picks.
Picture of the decade, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Supporting actor of the decade, Heath Ledger, The Dark Knight. Supporting actress of the decade, Monique. Visual effects of the decade, Avatar.
What a roller coaster of emotions for me.
Yeah. Look how all over the place that was, and I think that's where I guess that's maybe where my point would be as far as the distancing is. I think you'd see the love spread more than just Parasite winning however many it just won.
Social ACCA distancing.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, guys, let me let you go because I have to jump off.
Yeah.
But
Goodbye, then.
Award Circuit, everyone, we'll see you at the movies. Got to interview Virgil Williams. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Circuit Breaker is brought to you by AwardCircuit.com. Just plug in.